What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. So, where to begin? I guess the beginning, that's a good place to begin. So you guys see the title, and I'm not sure exactly what I would name it, but when you read the title, you'll get the gist of pretty much what this video is about, and that is social media almost changed me, or social media almost controlled me, I should say. I got caught up in some shit. I'm going to kind of go through it now and see if you guys understand what I'm talking about, because this is something I think a lot of us get caught up in. You don't even realize it. So, back when I started social media, it was just for fun. Like, it wasn't a business thing, it wasn't a career thing, it was fun, right? And I was just making content, excuse me, doing the things that I liked, etc. And then it started to catch on a little bit. Many of you guys started to watch what I was putting out then, right? In 2011, it was doing like supplement reviews and stuff like that. I got free supplements at the Arnold and the Olympia. I would do like reviews. I did this whole documentary thing that I created called The Gym Life, which I was trying to explain to people what it was like to live the bodybuilding lifestyle. Because back then it was just becoming a lifestyle thing. It was all about competing back then. And then the lifestyle stuff where it was like, people didn't compete like now. Like, we had social media and people just living the lifestyle for social media. That wasn't really happening back then. So it was something I was just about starting. And I put up the content, and my channels and my accounts, my followings grew very quickly. And I kept doing the things that I loved and I was passionate about. And that's what people were following for. The things that I was passionate about, that I was interested in, that's what they were interested in. That's what they were passionate about, or you guys were passionate about, if you're still watching from back then. And then over time, I started hitting up these expos and stuff. And I guess the first time it really hit me was I put a video from the expo. I went to an expo, put the video up, like a vlog from the expo. And in the comment section, I was reading, a person said something like, "I knew that was you, but I didn't recognize you with the beard and the hat." And they're like, "I wish I would have stopped and said hi." And I was like, shit, like a beard and a hat. I felt like no matter what, like you'd be able to know what I looked like, right? But what I realized was, you know, because I filmed the videos not exactly live, like we film it today and put it up today, there were weeks gone by that I was putting videos of myself without the beard. So people are watching my social media without the beard, and when they show up at an expo, they're looking for me, and here I am with a hat on, which you can't tell if I was bald or if I had hair, and a beard, and they were like, "That kind of looks like him, but I don't think it's him. Like, I just saw his fucking thing yesterday. He didn't have a beard. There's no way he grew a fucking beard like that overnight, right?" So I really stepped back and go, "Oh man, this is bad. Like, this is bad for," and this is when it was really starting to become, you know, I was really getting wrapped up in the social media thing. I was like, well, it's bad. If people don't recognize me, they're not going to know it's me. Like, that sucks. That's a completely the opposite of the whole point of going to these expos to begin with. The point of going is to meet the people that support you and shake their hand and say thank you. If they don't know it's me, well, what the fuck's the point of going, right? I'm not going just for myself to walk around. I'm going there to meet them. So I started keeping my face clean shaven. And then I noticed what I would do is, if I wanted to grow a beard and there was an expo coming up, I would actually start growing the beard as the expo came up, and you'd see it day to day in the videos. So when you got to the expo, I would have the beard, and you would recognize me because I had the beard, or I had a hat on, or whatever the case may be. And at the time, I didn't really realize I was changing my behavior, right? My day-to-day behavior, the way that I presented things, the way I thought about my social media, the way I created content. I based it on what the masses would want, what I thought they would want, right? Which is not really being me anymore. I'm doing it so that someone else will agree with that's the right thing to do. "Oh, cool, Joe, you did that so we know who you are," right? It wasn't really about, today I feel like growing a beard, or I'm gonna make the content, I'll put this video up even though I don't have a beard in it. I filmed it 2 weeks ago. It was now about trying to conform to what the masses wanted, or the masses would need to actually recognize me, which to me was just weird. And that led into other things where I myself, as an individual, you guys have seen it. And you've seen this channel evolve dramatically since when I started, right? But that's the way it's supposed to work. If you actually go back and look at all of the YouTubers, Legend of Aesthetics, Pump Chasers, you know, Big J Extreme Fitness, Nick Wright, you know, any of those, you know, the Hodge twins, any of them, CT Fletcher, you know, Mike Rashid, Mark Lobliner, all of us have evolved and changed into something completely different than we were 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, whatever the case may be. With me, it was 11 years ago I started this stuff. So it's natural to have that progression. Now, some people are going to fall off because they don't like the way that you're progressing. But I also take into account the fact that some people are going to fall off because they're just not into the same shit anymore, right? There are people that 5 years ago were really into the bodybuilding thing, And now they're not only not into it, they don't even lift weights anymore. So those people are not going to pay attention either. So you're going to see the channel starting to drop, like all of ours did, started to drop. I mean, YouTube didn't make it any easier by doing the bullshit that they're doing. We all know about that. But the content changed, the people changed, I changed. And I found myself for a little while trying to make content that was like similar to my old content. Like when I was younger and I was filming those videos in the gym and I was 250 pounds training, that was a whole different ball game than where I'm at now, right? So a couple of times I tried to go in the gym and film myself training. Look, I don't train like I used to. I don't want to train like I used to. Like it just doesn't benefit me anymore whatsoever. I don't want to be that big. I don't want to be that strong. Like I don't want those things anymore. But I forced myself to go in there and do a couple workout videos. It was all said and done. You guys never saw them because I watched it and I went, what the fuck am I doing? Like there's a new me. This is the old me I'm trying to make a new version of to keep people happy. And I actually had a talk with my friend Marjan about this. You know, she was like, oh, it's really cool that you just put out whatever content. You don't give a shit. Like you're not trying to put out the same content you did 5 years ago to keep your following. And I was like, you know what? You know, I kind of went through that. You know, that doesn't work. If I kept doing the same content or trying to do the same content that I did 5, 6, 7 years ago, you guys would look at me and be like, what the fuck is he doing? Like this washed up motherfucker, this fucking dude, he doesn't even look like he lifts anymore. Why the fuck is he out there making fucking videos in his tank top and shit? Like, who fucking cares? That's what it would turn into. So instead, I said, well, who am I right now? What am I into right now? Well, I'm not into being in the gym training myself like that. I've moved on to be an NPC judge and now a head judge in the Mid-Atlantic zone. I'm really about helping other people get to their goals. I'm really about putting out information rather than videos, or information rather than motivation. Those are two different things. Motivation would be the video of me training in the gym, fuck out, bench press 1,000,000 pounds, curl 1,000,000 pounds, whatever the case may be, that you see everybody else doing out there. But information is what's actually going to help you get to your goal. Motivation will take you so far, but without the information, you don't get to your goal. So I started focusing more on information and then branching out into other things in my life. And it turned into, you know, BioS 3 training is not just a physical thing. It's a mental health. It's a physical health. It's fitness. It's everything combined together. But it's really just about being a human being, right? Because we're all involved in this fitness thing. That's just part of who we are. And I looked at it as, you know, why do many of these fitness people only include the fitness part of their life? They're not including real pieces of themselves. You know, they are now. People are starting to figure it out now. They're starting to let you into their personal lives now. But there's some people out there that don't let you into anything about them. It's just workout and, you know, a day of eating and a workout and a day of eating and a workout. Like, how many fucking times you need to see somebody eat a bowl of oatmeal? How many times do you need to see a fucking bench press done? It's all been done before. And even if you fucking haven't seen it before, it's already out there now. So all you have to do is fucking just look for it on YouTube or Google it. And you'll find those answers right now. But information about where life is taking you next, how things have changed over the last 11 years in general for me. And it's not just me. The information that I give to you is my story. But all the people around me are having the same thing happen. Like they're developing into new people. Like Jay Cutler is a perfect example. I always use Jay as an example because he's a good friend of mine. I just think he is one of the most legit guys out there, plain and simple. Like Jay, you've seen him move from a lot of the stuff, like training in the gym and stuff, and a lot of like the food and stuff, into really being about more personal about his life. And now with JTV, Jay Cutler TV, he's focusing on other individuals, giving them exposure, giving them a chance to be in the spotlight, and not focusing on himself. You know, like he that's where he's at in his life. He's like, I don't need everybody to be staring at me while I'm doing a bench press. I've already done 1 million bench presses. But hey, this is, you know, so-and-so at Gold's Gym Venice. He's an interesting guy. He's an up-and-comer. Let's take a look at him, you know? So I kind of stepped back and I said, you know, like, I think that trying to stick to what I was doing wasn't going to work. Plain and simple. It just wasn't, it was fake. It would have been fake if I put that stuff up. It wouldn't have been really me. It wouldn't have been what I'm doing right now. It would have been who I am right now. It wouldn't have been any of that shit. And I stepped back and I said, well, here's the thing. Yes, I'm going to lose some followers. Yes, I'm going to gain some followers. But basically, I'm a new person putting new stuff on the channel. This is like creating a whole new channel. It's like starting over. All of my social media, I basically had to start over. And I'm not saying I had to start over, but I am starting over because it's a new individual. It's new content. It's drawing new people. Now, some of the other people, if you've been with me for a while, thank you for sticking around. You know, I'm hoping that what you're getting from all of these videos and all the social media in general is that I'm changing just like you're changing, and we're changing together, right? We're going through things together. Sometimes we have the same thought processes. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes maybe I'm saying something today that like 2 weeks from now, you'll be like, oh, Jerry talked about that 2 weeks ago. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's turned much more into how to be more well balanced with the bodybuilding thing, which is not anything that I ever thought about when I was younger. I was not about balance. I was all about focus on bodybuilding. I allowed bodybuilding to change who I was, to become that bodybuilder. I allowed that. And I'm not regretting that. I think it's a fucking beautiful thing. I was able to focus on something, especially having attention deficit disorder, for such a long period of time, nonstop, to try to accomplish my goals. I think it was an amazing ride, right? But now, everything that I learned within that 25 years, all that, it's not knowledge, all right? Knowledge is something you get from a book. It's wisdom. All that wisdom I can now literally hand off to you guys, which some of you younger guys will be like, eh. But some of you guys out there right now are kind of going through those phases, and the things I talk about, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that's happening to me now. It's like I'm able to help you not by demonstrating a bench press in the gym, but I'm able to help you by giving you wisdom that you don't have, that many other people won't be able to give you because they haven't been there 25 years in the sport, in the industry. But things that you can only learn through experience and you can't get out of a book. So that's where we're at now, guys. It was one of these points where had I really stopped and said, oh my God, I'm so worried about my following. I'm so worried about the views. I'm so worried about the likes. Oh my God, I can't fucking take it. The other day I put a post up on Instagram. I have 111,000 fucking followers on Instagram. I got like 20 fucking likes on it. And I was like, wow, that, like 20 likes. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, it is what it is. It was just as many people saw the post, but like literally at the end of the day, like 90 people liked the post. And I was like, okay, that's a far cry from my usual bit, but that just shows that some people don't like that content, but it showed that 90 people did like that content. 90 people may have needed to hear and see what I said in that content. So those 90 people get that post for the day. If the other ones that saw it don't want to like it, that's cool. But I look at it like this. Even though they're not liking it, they didn't hit the like button, it's still the seed planted in their head. So I'm talking about something that may not be useful right this second for them, but it may very well be very useful later on down the road for them. They've already been exposed to it through my content to kind of go, oh, what the fuck? Oh yeah, Jerry talked about that shit. Oh, here it is. Right. Oh, yeah, I guess that's the way it is. What the hell? Okay, cool. Let me look more into that. So it might even just spawn a thought or just a process that starts for somebody just based on content that I put out, which is something that I feel like in social media nowadays, everybody just tries to be like everybody else. They look at what the popular people with the high numbers and the likes and the followers are doing, and what they do, they try to imitate them and mimic them almost exactly. They do like the same picture, they do things like that, hoping to get the same result because they want to be loved, right? They want to be liked, they want to be loved, they want to be followed. They want to think that they're worth more because they have followers and likes. I get it. This shit can be just as addictive as a fucking drug for some people. I get it. But realistically, is it fucking real? Like, is it really you? Like, are you just a prepackaged, made up face, right? A corporate fucking face is the same fucking thing. Like, or are you really a human being trying to do what you motivate and inspire and teach? Are you trying to do the things that you really claim you want to do? Because if you're doing the things you claim that you want to do, your shit should not look like anybody else's. Like your patterns of your social media should not follow anyone else's. They should literally be just your social media, and all your content should be original. Not doing the Dolly Parton challenge and all this other horse shit, right? So I was like, I almost fell into that trap. I almost fell into the trap of letting social media decide, or letting, others that are involved in social media decide the content I was going to put up. I almost fell into that trap, and I caught myself luckily right before it happened. But it was like, holy shit, like you very easily could have fallen into that trap, and I know that there are a lot of people that come back after a while too. So I appreciate you guys if you guys bounced out for a long time and you came back. I've literally seen people, or I've had people send me messages go, like, Jerry, how the fuck did you grow your hair out so fast? Well, they actually haven't been to the channel for like over a year. So they didn't see everything in between. They just turned the channel back on and be like, oh, what's that topic, Jerry? Let me look at that. And all of a sudden I look like a different person. They're like, what the fuck happened to him? Like, there's people that come and go. There's people that are consistent. There are people that watch every video. There are people that request videos from me. But everything that comes down to brass tacks is every single time I've met someone and we've had a conversation, they say, thank you. Thank you for being so fucking real. Thank you for putting it all out there. Thank you for not hiding anything. Thank you for being yourself. Like, that's the motivation that I want to give now. Not how big can your chest get? How big can your arms get? It's thank you for being yourself, because that makes me want to be myself. And there is nothing more powerful in this world than you just being yourself. Plain and simple. When there's nothing more freeing than being yourself. Like when you walk out that door and you just, I wear what I want to wear. I fucking look how I want to look. I fucking You know, like whatever colors I want to wear sneaker wise, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. If I'm wearing one black sneaker and one fucking purple sneaker, I'm gonna fucking do that. I don't give a fuck. You walk out there and you smile and you hold your head up high with confidence that you're being you and you're happy about that. There's nothing more powerful in the world. That's what those people that you're following, these creators, these, you know, all these celebrities that you're following, that's what they do in the morning. Look at Kanye West. He gets up in the morning and fucking probably takes 10 shoes, throws them up in the air, and picks one of each and puts them on his feet and wears them out. Next thing you know, everybody's wearing fucking 2 different color shoes. Like he's just doing what the fuck he wants to do and doing what he really perceives is what makes him him, right? And that's what I've been that's what I've been doing. It's what I've been accomplishing. And I know that it does turn some people off from the previous content. I get it. But I'm a 44-year-old man now. I'm not 30. How old was I when I started? About 32, 33, something like that. You know, it was, about 32, 33 years old when I started. There's a big difference in that time frame. You know, I'm even earlier, right? Because it's 11 years. So it would make me 34, about 33 years old. So within 10, 11 years that have gone by, of course I've changed. Of course you've changed. Some of you are still sticking here because we've changed together. But if we haven't, that's cool. If you're back here watching this video because the title grabbed your attention, you haven't been back for a while, thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the views before. I appreciate you guys. Even if you don't come to my social media ever again, but you take some of the information that I gave you and you pass it on to someone else. Like you're in the gym and someone's doing something and you're like, oh, you know, I learned this, blah, 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 blah. And you tell them about it. I don't even care if you tell them the information came from me. I don't give a shit. As long as that information keeps passing along, that's my legacy. Long after I'm gone, 50 years from now, somebody's going to say something to someone and teach them something, and you're going to be able to trace it back 5, 6, 7 different people to me in a video somewhere. What's more powerful than that? After you're gone, your information, your legacy still lives on like that, and it's still helping people. It's not a legacy for being the best looking guy on stage that day, or he had fucking ate the most hot dogs, or whatever the case may be. Your legacy is the information that you leave to help other people after you're gone. That never fades. So hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. Maybe you might not. It's all good. The bottom line is being open and honest with you guys, having discussions like this. And you'll notice that some days I have discussions in my living room as opposed to in the office or the kitchen. That's on purpose, guys. So stuff in the office or the kitchen, stuff in the kitchen may be, have to do with food, training, whatever the case may be. Inside the office, it may be studies I've read, it may be a rant, maybe whatever. But the close personal stuff, the person-to-person stuff that I want to get by, I felt like needed a different background. It needed a different feel. And that's why we're in the living room, a place we can just kind of sit down, chill, and have this discussion, and hopefully somebody gets something from it somewhere. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, if you've been following me from the beginning and you're still here, thank you so much. If you've fallen off and you popped up just for this video, welcome back. Thank you so much. And if you never see this, the people that never see this because they're gone, I hope you're evolving and doing well and fucking crushing everything in your life and kicking ass. BossYouTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. BossYouTraining.com is the blog. It's a fucking kick ass and real talk bicep. We are out.